Ooh, I know you're tired of it. So am I. Okay. That's why I started it the way I did. I felt like that's the Muppets version. What is wah, 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 wah. What is a Muppet? Hello, welcome to your first live Domestic Gordita. Viva Las Vegas. Welcome. Glad you made it. Me, 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 me. Ooh, baby. Okay. Let's wait for some more people to come into the room. Merry Christmas. Oh, how dare I? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay. Merry Christmas. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. I'm writing down the people. So we first talk about ding 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 me 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 ooh baby. I had to literally spell this man's name Beercon. Is it like his name is Birkin, but the way she says it is Beercon. Birkin. Beercon. Maybe I'll okay. Or Santa baby. Song is so crazy, especially Eartha Kitt's version. Oh, Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. I don't know the song. Nah, nah. Da, 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 da. Santa cutie, the hurry on the chimney. Oh, no, that's not the Eartha Kitt version. You know, my all-time favorite is hark how the bells, oh silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away, Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold, ding dong, there is our song, all can and now, that's my favorite song. Ringing while people sing songs of good cheer, Christmas is here, very, very, very Merry Christmas. And then the song I learned on the piano was God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. I mean, he's born to save us from Satan's power. What's my that I really like that song. I also like the First Noel because I know how to play that song on piano too. I know how to play the First Noel and I know how to play God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. And then oh, you know what? I don't okay, I'm saying what I don't like is Michael Jackson singing He Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. First of all, why did Jehovah's Witness let him sing that song? Huh? Why did Jackson's got a Christmas album? For the money? Okay. For the money. Oh yeah, Holy Night's a good one too. Holy Night's a good one too. Yeah. Yeah, he saw a couple things. um, what's that one that's I really must go. Baby, it's cold outside. I don't know if that's a Christmas song, but it's very, you know what I mean? It's very 1930s or 1940s. Like I know King Cole sang it, and that's Nat King Cole to me is a 40s artist. I'm actually really proud. Side note, I'm actually really proud of my musical lineage, like my musical library in my head. Because there are like very much people that are like very much like 40s. I can't tell you any artist that I know from the 30s because that's like too far away. But the 40s, because of big band and like Lucille Ball, and like the golden era, to me, it's like the beginning of the golden era of like Hollywood. Um, yeah, because like anything done in the 30s is just like Dust Bowl. But anyways, like Great Depression. But Nat King Cole to me is a 40s artist, even though I know he started in the 30s. And like, who else is 40s? Peggy Lee to me is 40s to me too. Um, I love Mary Did You Know? Mary Did You Know? I don't know that song. I'll look it up. Oh, thank you. I don't, you know what, Isel? I don't think I have a great voice. I'm really good at mimicking sounds. Like think about it that way. I don't necessarily know that I'm able to just be like Mariah, like Christina, like Whitney runs. Like I don't have control over the mute. I don't have control over the muscle in my throat in the way that those women do, but I am very good at mimicking sounds. Dean Martin made it famous? I'm gonna tell you right now, I only know the Nat King Cole version. Let me is that not Nat King Cole? Is it Dean Martin and I'm just tripping? Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold. Okay, there obviously there okay. All it's there's a Frank Sinatra version. There's definitely a Dean Martin version. There is a Ella Fitzgerald one. You know what Ella Fitzgerald song has me down bad? And here's the truth. Frank Sinatra sang it first. So most people know the Frank Sinatra version. And when I heard the Frank Sinatra version, I was like, what is this nonsense? The Ella Fitzgerald version of So Set 'em Up Joe. I got a little story you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode. This is a song. Making one for my baby and one more for the road. One for my baby. I got a routine, so drop another nickel in the machine. Sometimes I listen to Ella Fitzgerald, and the way that she sings, her and Sarah Vaughan, the command that they have over the way that they're the command that they have over the way that their voice comes out is so specific and astute. It's like their vocal cords are is an instrument. And it's the same way that like you would hear a trumpet. Like the way I identify the way a trumpet sounds and the way that somebody has the control over a trumpet, because an instrument is an instrument, but the way that somebody is able to like create the sound in between the notes or the sound in between the sound is so specific to me, and Ella is really good at that. Like her instrument, it's like people can sing, like people sing, right? But like Ella is, her voice is an instrument. It's like me listening to somebody play a brass instrument. I know I just got really nerdy on you, but like, you know what I mean? Drop another nickel in the machine. Like the way she does it is like so crazy. I'm feeling so sad. I wish you make like that. If it wouldn't mess up my like monies, I would play it for you. But if you have time and you care, listen to Ella Fitzgerald singing "One for My Baby." Let me make sure that's the one. Yeah, it's Ella. Yeah, it's "One for My Baby." That sounds like a weird version. I have a good version of it. This one I just heard right now sounds weird. But oh, actually, Bette Midler sings it too. I gotta listen to her do it. Also, Bette Midler sings a really good song, "Yule That's Cool." And I've technically the first time I heard "Yule That's Cool" is Louis Armstrong singing it. And so, but that song is something crazy with like um Yule That's Cool is like take a tip on a peppermint stick. I was like, who is touching Santa's peppermint stick? But anyways, oh, Hard to Know. Yeah. I have Ella's whole catalog. Yeah, like, "One for My Baby." Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. This is the version. Come on now. You should listen. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's this one. It's 2:45. There's no one in the place except you and me. Woo! Okay, I don't want to lose my monetization. So set 'em up, Joe. I got a little. Okay, Pentatonics and music. Yeah. Pentatonics is so good. I mean, there's so many acapella groups that are really good, but Pentatonics obviously are so good. Their Christmas album, like, girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Sarah Vaughan version of Misty with Cab Calloway. Oh, I haven't heard that. Okay, okay, hold on. Misty, Cab Calloway. Oh, they all have a version of it. And that's one thing I love to do too. Is if you're ever just nerding out on music and you want to listen to the American like standards book, if you go back and you listen to Dean, Sinatra, Sammy, and some of the songs Nat has done too, listen to those people do it. Okay. Then go and listen to Sarah, listen to Ella, listen to what's her name? Oh my girl, what's her name? It's not Natalie. I'll think of it. But listen to all of them sing the same songs and how they take this song and make it different for themselves. Just giving you a little nerdy music situation. Sorry, I know I always start talking about something different, but you know, we're here having a good time and you can always skip around if you're not watching it live. Oh yeah, Billie Holiday. Yeah. Yes. Lena Horne. Lena Horne is in that too. So if you listen to Billie, Lena, Ella, and Sarah Vaughan, and there's another woman that not Nancy Sinatra. Why do I want to say Nancy something? She's black. Listen to her version of it too. And just like they're all in the same era, they're all on the same circuit of like music shows, like they're all in Vegas, they're all in Atlantic City. The black folks are obviously on the chitlin circuit down south doing their thug thizzle, but they're singing the same song. So if you listen to the different versions of each of the songs, it's just so magical to hear them all take a song from the American Standard songbook and just like sing them differently. It is quite a journey. So you get to know like whose version of what song you like the most. Nancy Wilson, girl, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Nancy Wilson. Nancy Wilson. Okay. One last thing about that. My favorite song from Nancy Wilson is Satin Doll. I love her version of Satin Doll. This is all big band, like well, you know, I'm using my with you know. speaks Latin. My satin down. Oh, baby, shall we go out skipping? Careful, amigo. It says you're flipping, but I go, you're tripping. God bless the child. Girl. Yes. I ain't nobody's fool, but I'm playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a try, but I ain't for no guy catching me. Switcheroonie. Okay, anyways. I know all from my mom who's 95. Yeah, I feel like I like music so much. Okay, let's get this porty started. We're at, let's say, 16:15. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. This is season 8, episode 3. Prepare for takeoff. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, Love is Blind. So if you're at all interested in that content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If while watching this you get the hee ha-has and you want to give your girl a tip, you can do so with the options down in the description box below. Otherwise, y'all, Merry Christmas. I'll see you for New Year, so I'll save that there. But Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And yeah, so let's jump right into this episode. And I say right in as I didn't spend 16 minutes talking about my favorite standards. Okay. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about Laura and Birkin. No, that's not them. Nope, not them either. Nope. Still haven't seen those people. Saw them today. Nope. Nope. Where I didn't take a picture of them. This? No. Where are they? Here they are. Great. They meet in. We now know that they meet. So here's Laura and Birkin. So Laura's 47 and she's from Vancouver, Washington, and she's taking a big trip of her life. She said that she's never flown over an ocean before. And so the last episode we saw her and her crying ass friend Michael, and she gave Michael the opportunity in front of America to state his everlasting love for her before she booked a trip to go to Turkey to see her 20-year younger man Birkin. Now, Michael couldn't do it. He's like, I'm so used to people not liking me because of a birth defect that I just, even though I hang out with you every day and I'm very jealous that you're going across the seas to see a man who doesn't want you to be my friend, I still can't tell you I love you. And so we're all like, well, that ship sailed. So she's like, I'm not going to wait for him. I'm not going to wait for him. I'm not going to wait for him. Okay. What a great idea. What a great idea. I'm not going to wait for him. So she is like, I'm just gonna go and do my thing. I gotta do what I gotta do. And I was like, yeah, girl, do what you gotta do. So she is getting everything ready, worried about like losing, not bringing anything. And I was like, you know what? Here's the trick with packing. Yes, there is always going to be a worry that you're going to forget something. But here are the things you need: underwear, socks, and your toiletries. Those are the things you need. And really, not even toothbrush or toothpaste, because every country has that. When I say toiletries, I mean you need your skincare products that you really enjoy. You need your makeup that you really enjoy, especially if you're a person that is going to a country where people do not look like you, and so they may not have your makeup. You do that. But underwear and socks and like a pair of comfortable pants is really what you need. Everything else you can kind of forget. And you also need to leave a little bit of space in your luggage, right? Because you're going to bring stuff back. But everything else, I think you can mainly get in other countries, right? You can get hairspray. You can get a lot of different things. But there are just those things that you cannot get with that. You can even get underwear, girl. But then where are you going to wash the underwear before you put them on your bidet, right? Okay. That being said, she is excited and she says she's going to meet the maybe love of her life. And she's like, my parents are taking me to the airport, and I'm really surprised that they wanted to do this because they're very conservative and Catholic. And I don't really understand what it means to be Catholic because I've grown up around Catholics, but I've never like identified. I've never had like any in like. I just Catholics are Christian, like they're just Christians that do this a lot. And their church is boring. You know what I mean? So I don't have like you can't tell me someone's Catholic and conservative and have me immediately understand what that means. Now, when you put me in a car with a mother who is like, I want my daughter to feel supported, but before we show her support, I'm going to berate her on national television from the back seat of the car and then talk to her about her dating a Muslim. That's when I'm like, oh, like that's when I'm like, oh, I don't think I ever really grew up in a community or in a culture or in an environment where people were actively talking negative about other religions. So you know what I mean? Like there was never an inference or like an actively speaking negative about another religion that I like go, oh, that means that you're going to be this. Like, I know that there are tensions between religions in the Middle East for sure, right? Like, I know that like the Judaism and the Islam, that's weird to say that way, but like they have like, there's a fight going on. Like, I know that. However, at the end of the day, they're all Abrahamic religions. And so I was never in a situation where I was raised to believe, like the first time somebody told me that they were Jewish, I was like, she was like, is that a problem? And I'm like, I don't understand why you're saying that to me. I don't know what that's supposed to signal to me. You don't celebrate Christmas, check. But like, oh, Jesus was a Jew. So like, what do you want me to feel about this? Like, in my mind, I was like, but you're still white though. So like, what do you want me to, like, what do you want me to know about this situation? So like, yeah, I don't ever think that. But when this woman was like, I never saw this being a case. I never thought my daughter would be with somebody Muslim of all things. I'm like, it's all Abrahamic. Do we know that? Do we understand that like it's all Abrahamic? That it's all like it's like all one. Oh, okay. So somewhere in your journey, you were taught as a Catholic that Muslim people were bad. It's so confusing to me. I never expect it. Never expect it. And so when it happened, I was like, ee! And Laura's like, ee! You know what I mean? Like I know Laura's like, what? And the dad's like, ha, ha, well, I've got chin hairs that are older than him. And ha ha ha, you know, trying to like bring his wife from the dark side. And she's like, it's not funny. Don't make a joke of it. And meanwhile, Laura is 47. Okay, 47 years. That's wrong. It's not 4 score. She I don't know how much a score is, but she is like got 40 decades under her belt, 20 of which she's been an adult. And I'm like, cool. I wish that I would be in a situation where at the age of 35, my parents would be in the back seat telling me nonsense. Thank you so much, Babs. Oh, Babs, I didn't know you were in Canada. Thank you. I am astounded at this woman's gall. And then like the way people just don't even know what they're saying on TV. They don't even, you know, it's one thing you could just be like, hey, I really thought that you would marry, be within a relationship with someone who, you know, believed that Jesus was the son of God. But, like I want the best for you, something. But to be like, I never thought this would be my life. Girl, it's not even your life. One, two, she's just going to meet this baby, okay? This child in this other country. Let your 47-year-old daughter who just lost 135 pounds go live her best life. And you stop worrying about her and what she's doing because you did your Catholic thug fizzle. You married your Catholic man and you're living your conservative life. So you already did what you had to do. Do you need to be worried about 47-year-old Laura? Take a step back. So Laura's like, I did not expect this to be the way it was going to go. Like my parents just finished like yelling at me in the car, mainly my mom from back. Like the mom didn't even have the audacity to sit in the front. She sat in the back so she could just yell at the back of Laura's head. So there's nothing Laura could do. Right. Just like hearing all of it, just like just like hearing it all come from the back. Right. Just like crazy. What, like, you don't know what you're doing. I can't believe you. This is like, the big red flag. He doesn't love you. And I'm like, damn. Damn, Elaine. Chill. So the mom's just like, and then Laura's like, okay, thanks. And she's like, we're just pointing out our concerns. And I wrote, Mom is being an asshole. Oh, okay. So then mom starts to cry at the airport. I don't know if she thinks that she's never going to see Laura again. And Laura's about to fly into Turkey, have a hijab just thrown on her. And then her being thrown into a basement, never to see her again. Like never to, just like she's gonna get to Turkey, someone's gonna launch a hijab at her, wrap her in a habaya and just like in an abaya and just like throw her in a basement, and she will never see Laura again. So just like she's crying and shit. And then Laura's like, okay, I just gotta read some smut. I gotta read some like sex heavy, like his quivering tip into like I gotta just decompress. And I said, girl, you're reading Heated Rivalry because you should be. Some smut with a good through line. Okay. And then we cut to Birkin. And so we find out that Birkin is whatever age he is, 25. He thinks that she's 45 because he tells his friends she's 45 when Laura is full 47. Now, I'm not saying that 2 years makes a difference, but for some reason in my mind, 47 is 50. Once you are 47, you are 50. You've just jumped. You're no longer anywhere in 40s. You're in your 50s. You might as well be Rick. Okay. He sits with his friend Memo and Tugba. And he's talking about how he doesn't like her having friends, being friends with Michael, yet Tugba is just sitting there. And I'm like, are Memo and Tugba in a relationship? Why are you wanting her to not have the audacity of a little 25-year-old to tell me as a grown woman who lived a whole life and lost 135 pounds that I can't be friends with Michael? You don't pay any bills, okay? And not only does he not pay any bills, his big secret is that after he tore his ACL, and can no longer play sports, he don't got no money. He has put all his money into businesses that went bad, and now he's in a financial position, and he hasn't told her yet. He's like, I'm waiting to tell her face to face. I want to tell her face to face that I ain't got no money. Okay? That's what I'm gonna do. Face to face, no money. And she just has to deal with it. I guess. If I'm a fly to Turkey to be with a little 25-year-old, there's no way that I'm expecting him to do anything for me financially. It's crazy. But I expect him to do for him. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna do for him. You better do for you. So yeah, and I was also like, why don't you go find a job, sir? Sitting out here having a good time with playing that's not Mahjong. What were they playing? They were playing a game that I wish to learn. I want to learn Mahjong. I want to learn any game except for chess because I already know how to play it. I'm terrible at it. I don't get the strategy of it. I can't think 2 steps ahead. But like, I want to learn to play games that people be sitting outside playing. I know how to play dominoes. Again, know it, don't understand the strategy of it. But spades, I'll fight you in spades. I can play that real well. All right. So yeah, he's not close to his family, which is sad because I want to know what happened and what's going on with that. But yeah, we get a little bit about him. So just to remind you what he looks like this. And she thinks that he is so beautiful. And I would beg to differ. He looks like a rodent. He's too skinny for me. That's just what it is. Look at that arm. Look at that arm. You see this arm? Look at that arm. Look at that arm. It's too skinny for me. For those of you watching on mobile, you're missing it. You can't see everything because of the border. But anyways, it is what it is where it is. He is hungry from being jobless. Oh, I know how to play Uno. Me too, girl. I know how to play Uno too. Girl, they all needed one. I don't know what you said. What did Jocelyn say? Because that's the one thing I noticed about him and oh yeah, Omar is very successful is probably because they say off. Yeah, they do like private stuff. They're still in the 90-day verse. They're just not doing anything that's like big. Just my daughter, I would be supported and tell her here. She's like, I want her to feel supported. And then as you're in the car, she's just yelling at her from the back. When you said dentist, I was like, him and his friend Memo require. Now, again, I don't know what dental care and what that is like in other countries because some people would say that I would require a dentist. I would say no. This is my natural beauty. But anyways, let's move on to another new couple. Oh no, the first new couple alert. This wig looks really good on Lisa. This is I don't know if they like photoshopped it, but it looks really good. Okay. So we've got Lisa. I have 2 pictures of her. And Lisa is really good in front of the camera. She's very good at telling her story in a very clear manner. She's got a great smile. And the way that her story unfolds is very interesting. Okay, here we go. So she's first driving in a car. She's 52 from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. And she's with her daughter, Faith, who she says from her own mouth is the center of her world, love of her life. And as we go through her segment, we will understand as adults that is not true. Okay. So she's like, I'm with my daughter, Faith, and we have to make a pit stop to get some condoms. And Faith is like, do you have to buy the condoms? And she's like, yes, I don't want to go there and have there not be condoms, or at least latex-free condoms. And she's like, he used to be a playboy. I'm in love with Daniel. He's however old he is, from Nigeria. And I was immediately like, scam. Listen, I am not trying to come negative for my Nigerian brodas, but the only one that I believe that wasn't a scammer was Chidi. That's the only one of them that I don't believe is a scammer. Even Michael. I think that Michael ended up loving her. Actually, I don't know. Michael. But Soulja Boy, all of them. Okay? Oh. She says that she met this man as she was minding her own business on social media, and he just messaged her out of the blue. Scum. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Scum. Okay? All of them. Every single one of them. Scum. Because they're all going for the same woman. They're all going, then that Faith calls it. She's like, they're all going for older, lonely women. She's like, do I look old and desperate? And we're like, yes, you do. I was minding my own business and he slid into my DMs and I thought he was a scammer at first, but then I realized he wasn't and he was real. He's real. He is a real scammer. Okay? He's a real scammer. Muhammad. Okay. So they have a conversation between what's the difference between a gigolo and a playboy, because Daniel told her he used to be a playboy. And Faith has to explain to her that a gigolo is a male prostitute and a playboy is just a man out there with a dirty D with no money. At least a gigolo has a dirty D and he's got some money in his pocket. The playboy had no money in his pocket. And she's like, ow. She's like, well, I've never used a condom before because I've been married to all the men that I've had sex with. And we're like, you can still use a condom. That's not an excuse. The first person, I was just young and dumb, so that was annulled. And then the second one didn't work out. And then the third one, I loved him the best. But then while with him, I realized that he was better as a best friend and that I liked women. And I was like, let's unpack that. You liked him the best, but not enough to remain in a relationship with him because you liked women. So did you really like him the best? Did you really like him the best? Then she's like, so then after that, I've been married. I mean, now she has 2 more marriages underneath her belt, right? And she's divorced all them women. She divorced 3 men and divorced 2 women. At 52. That's a lot of life. Let's say she the first person she married, she was 18 years old. 5 people? Married? Okay. Now, we can all see that there's a pattern, this destructive pattern, especially when Faith comes in. And Faith says, "1, I'm not going in there with you to get condoms. You're going to have to do this on your own." Okay? I have been everywhere around this country with you. Every relationship. This girl says that she has been to 15 different schools and that her and her mother moved around a lot. And so when she says that Faith is the apple of her eye, we know that that's not true. We know that there is a particular person in this world who is consistently and constantly wanting to be in companionship and will do whatever it is that they have to do in order to get into that, and they will drag their children along with them. And the silver lining is that she only had 1 child to drag along, and she's still with that child, and they're both having financial issues, and they live together. So we know that there's way more underneath the surface. If the both of them, they're a 2-income household and they're running into money problems together. She's like, I live paycheck to paycheck, but I still stand Daniel money. No, mama, no. She's like, I don't do it because he wants me to. I do it because I want to make sure that he's secure. You are not secure. You are not secure. I hope that she has a 401k somewhere that she's not allowed to touch. A pension with somebody's program. It is. I can't. We can laugh about it because it's funny, but the woman is in the Walgreens with this poor man having to help her because she doesn't know what condoms to get. And she's crying because she's so embarrassed because she's had to call this non-pharmacist over to help her choose which condoms might be better so that she can feel more. And then she's like, I really like wearing wigs. And this wig actually looks really good on her too. And then she's like, but it's a lot. And then she unceremoniously rips the wig off. She doesn't stop, pull the bobby pins out, the hairpins out, take nothing. She just rips it off. I know, and pulls out some hair. And then she has this short hair. Cute. Don't look bad. Looks cute. But the way she rips this hair off, it is just like crazy to me. And she's like, Daniel really likes me with my long hair. So I, he better be appreciative of these wigs because they're really uncomfortable. So I wear wigs all the time now. Nothing wrong with it. But you shouldn't do that for Daniel. She says that the reason why she cut her hair really short is because one of her ex wanted her to cut her hair short. And so she did that. And I'm like, it feels like you you know what it is? I was just about to say you bend yourself into a pretzel to do things for your partner. And then I thought to myself, oh yeah, I brought pretzels. Where are my pretzels? They're in the car. I gotta go to the car and get my pretzels. Oh, Lord. The way I'm like, I could have been snagging on pretzels this whole time, and they've got coconut on them and dark chocolate. So upset. They're in the car this whole time. I left it in the car. Anyways, I'll go get them after this. Okay, so this she's a train wreck, and I want to kiki and laugh. It's just the problem is that I know she was a disaster mom. I know she was a disaster mom, that she may have felt like she did everything she could for her daughter, but 15 schools is not right. Moving around is not right. And when your daughter is trying to talk to you and tell you that you're being loved, mom, and that this is a scam and that things are not good, and um it's wild. And then this woman's gonna be like, yeah, I mean, I never used a condom, and when you're having sex with women, it's different. The women, their bodies are great, and when you get up, you're not leaking. And I said, did you just say you're not leaking on national television? Did you just give us a weird visual of you getting up after coitus and walking to the bathroom, and like things just like kind of the gravity happening and allowing fluids to remove themselves from one's body on the way to the bathroom? Why did we need that visual? Why was that something that I had to be privy to? Why w why did I have to see that on 90 Day Fiance? Why didn't they edit that out? So so it's just so interesting. Um, so then she tells us that Daniel is a raging homophobe. And she doesn't think that what her life has been is wrong, but that he told her, "Why would you do that to yourself?" And I said, "Sir, you can't pay your own bills. Sir, you are taking money from a poor woman in the US in order to pay for petrol for your generator. And you're going to ask her why she would belittle herself to have sex with women? And you are not even a man?" The self destruction is so wild that she's entering into a relationship with a person who told her to her face that she weren't ish, because she wholly lied to him and told him that she only like messed around with a woman one time, but she's actually been in relationships with two different women for the last 21 years. And she's going to go to Nigeria and tell him this to his face, thinking that he's just going to be okay with it. What kind of gay are you? What kind what kind of homosexual are you? Lisa? Is that her name? What what kind of member of the LGBTQ community are you, my friend? Just a self-hating one? That you will fly across the world and borrow money from your homegirl, Juna, to get the visa to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, the Atlantic, yes. The Atlantic Ocean, to go to Nigeria to tell a man who is a raging homophobic that you spent the last 20 years. It is dangerous. It feels dangerous to me. Like you are not okay. Crying in a Walgreens to a 24-year-old about condoms without latex. It is so crazy. Eating hibachi that you can't afford. Having your homegirl give you money so you could give to him, and you and Faith can't even pay y'all bills. Whew. Okay, when she pulled off that wig, I died. So not ashamed that she's okay to keep her truth a secret until she sees him in person. Oversharing is a trauma response. That's a lot. Wait, I feel like she's older than 39. No, she's 52. She's not 39, 52. But she's not ashamed of herself. It's a lot. It is a lot. This woman is desperate for love that she would go across the Atlantic Ocean to meet a man who doesn't approve of her lifestyle. He ain't got two pennies to rub together, and he got the audacity to look at her and talk, and because she messed around with a woman one time in his eyes, that she somehow belittled herself. Girl, if you do not stand up for your community, if you don't stand proud in your community and who you are, I don't. Love is it's not. She's like, I really think that this is it. I really think that this could be the love of my life. Just like chasing a dream. You got to be okay being alone, babes. She's gonna continue this pattern of behavior until she's no more. She's got to be okay with being alone. Several Seath. Yeah, it's a full-time scammer. He's got malaria. Then he needs to take himself to the doctor. He needs to do what he would do. Like Faith was like, well, then what would he do if you weren't giving him money? He survived this entire time. He's 30-something years old. He survived this entire time. But when he meets you, he happens to get malaria and you got to send him money. It's crazy. That's crazy. Romance scam is what Faith called it. So Faith gets very upset because her mother gets defensive. And so Faith gets up and she walks away, and her mother has to come out and be like, I'm so sorry. I know what I've put you through. So she actually acknowledges that she has done this. And she's like, I just really think that this is it. And her daughter has to look at her. God, I mean, sometimes just people can't be counted on. And it sucks if you are an only child of a person who cannot be counted on, and you've had to grow up and you've had to, I mean, imagine what situations Faith has been put in. Who knows if, there's just, who knows the situations that Faith has been put in because of this woman. So anyways, I'm here for the train wreck, but it's just like, Lord have mercy. Lot of mercy. Okay, speaking of lot of mercy, let's move on to Stig and Vivian. You know what? I'm okay with them. Whatever roller coaster ride we get on with these two, I'm okay with. They're appropriate age. He's 30. I don't remember how old she is, but she's appropriate age. And they're both two adults, no kids, making silly decisions, but it's fine, So she's running through the airport trying to catch her second flight. And then we move on to him. And he's like, hi, I'm Stig the Artist, also known as Earl Lynn Dwayne, which is a very Creole name. He's actually a Creole. Okay, just wanted to let you know, because if he's Creole. And so he's with his homeboys, and he's like, I've done a lot, the last couple of years to, bring myself up to the top where I am. He basically is like, I'm at the top of like the Belizean charts. And I was like, how much money do you have? Because I feel like I feel like there should be more. I'm like, what do the Belizean charts look like? You know what I mean? Because he's obviously very popular. He got recognized in the airport by one person, but the fact is that he's able to drive around by himself. He's able to be in public without people mobbing him. So I'm like, exactly how? I mean, what does the fame look like in Belize? Because it's looking very like popular and less famous, So he's like, he loves to sing for the ladies dim. And he introduces his crew. And who cares? He's like, this is my DJ. Them are my producer. This is my best friend. This is one done my social media. And so then they go through and do all of that. And then they're all like, girl, sorry, not girl, man, you can't only have one woman. He's like, I'm a one burner. And then they're like, oh, one burner. Now here's the truth. Stig has education because his English is like the median English, and then he goes into Creole when he's talking with his homeboys. He goes back and forth in Creole, and then his friend did too. So when the friend's like, yeah, breed her, that is Creole. You know what I mean? Instead of like, you're going to get her pregnant, he's like, you're going to breed her. And I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't tell me you're going to breed her. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. You're gonna breed me? I'm sorry, am I a brood man? You wanna bred me? Get out of here. So, he's like, "You wanna have a baby here or you wanna have a baby in America?" He's like, "America, duh." And I'm like, "Yes, that is the dream. Good for you." So he's like, "Imma take her to San Pedro, if we were in California, but he's gonna take her to San Pedro. Um, and because that's one of his shows are. So they're like, yeah, you're gonna take her to San Pedro, but the ladies be up on the stage, trying to put it in your face. So is she gonna really be okay with your lifestyle? And first I'm like, what does that mean, lifestyle? But basically, what it means is that he's an artist. He's got to go out there. He's got to flirt with the ladies. The ladies are going to flirt with him and they're going to throw themselves on him. He's used to having two tree women at one time. But at this point, he's going to turn it to make it so that he could just be with her. He has an opportunity to be with a blonde American woman. And so he's taking that opportunity with gusto. And I said to myself, you know what? At least the man has enough money to get a room in Belize City for her and to meet her at the airport, because most of these broke jokers don't have no money for do this. And so at the end of the day, if she's going to pick somebody, a man from Belize, make it have money. Stick to have money. And I'm okay with it. So I want to see this through fruition. She throws away the Chinese food. So the Chinese food was a gag, thank God. And he's like, I want to eat it. And she's like, don't eat that. He's like, no, I want to eat it. And I said, don't eat it. Don't eat it. And she throws it away. And so they have a good meeting and they kiss. And the producers asked the stupidest question, which was, how was the kiss? And I would have been like, I'm going to be, listen, if I would never do this show, but for whatever crazy reason, I was just out of my mind and I did the show and a producer were to ask me a stupid question, I would say, that's dumb. No, I'm not going to answer that question. Next question. Don't ask me how the kiss was. It was fine. It was a kiss. I kissed this person in front of 8 people. Trio which have a camera. The kiss was fine. It was okay. And so he's like, I was gonna take her back to my spot in Belmopan, but I'm not gonna do. We're gonna stay here in Belize City, and I know that airport. I was like, oh, I know that airport. Except for I've never actually left the front of that airport. I've always gotten another flight to Dangriga, which is south of Belize City, which is a 45-minute plane ride south of Belize City because I've never stayed in Belize City. Fun fact about me. You get into one of these little 7-seaters, and it is the scariest thing you've ever done in your life. I'm gonna tell you right now. Every time I get into a little 7-seater airplane, I'm always looking out the window like, okay, if we crash, I'm gonna unbuckle my seatbelt on the way down. I'm gonna kick this window out, and I'm gonna swim. Like I always have to have a contingency plan. A 7-seater is wild. I might as well fly the plane. So I was like, oh, I know I know the inside of the airport, but I don't know because when you leave the front, you go through the front. When you get another flight, you're in the back. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Jesus. So anyways, I'm okay with it. He set up the room really cute for her. And then she has a surprise for him because he's like, I'm not an animal. I'm gonna just feel the vibe. I'm not gonna try to have sex with her the first night. If we do it, we do. If we don't, we don't. I'm a gentleman. And I said, I like that for you. So he sets everything up. They have some good time. The cameras are there for far too long. She goes and she changes into a little onesie teddy with and I thought it was cute. And I was just like, girl, you can't. Every single man in that room would have to give me $5 for me to walk out in a thong. If you're going to see my butt in a thong, $5, sir. These women who be out here just in the thong and letting these producers see them, give me money. You have to give me money to see my naked booty cheeks. That's it. You got to give me money to see my naked booty cheeks. These women are crazy. It could be me. I'm not gonna put on a teddy and then get into it. Not for free. But anyways, so he tells her straight up, he's like, listen, I have a lifestyle. And that lifestyle is I'm on the road and I do shows and I talk about women, I dance with women, women are on me. It's a part of the lifestyle. I need you to respect that and not try to come between me and my money. And she's like, well, of course, like I want to respect that. And I think it's great. But also I want you to respect me as your partner. And that's where the problem is going to be. Because how she's going to be jealous. And she says it. She says, I think I'm going to be jealous of the fact that, he's got all this going on. And so yeah, so I want to see if she's able to deal with the amount of attention that these other women give her and the shade that they're going to give her, the shade that she's going to get for being a white woman from the US that has come and taken their good man Stig artists away from them. Because all the Belizean women is like, I want to marry Stig. I want to marry him. And now he's like, I want this woman. You're not going to marry Stig, sister. You're not going to marry him. Okay, what are you guys talking about? Oh, God, I haven't been writing down anybody. I haven't been writing the timestamps for anyone. Just going to have to suffer through it. Just because the booty is in his face doesn't mean you have to snack on it. Oh, love that. What a good one. What a good one. That would bring you into another season while producers like that. Oh yeah. I'm not doing it. Get out of my face. I always think of what I'll do too when the plane goes down. I did a 7-seater once in a storm in Jamaica. Oh, Jocelyn, I'm so glad you're still on Earth with us. In a storm? In a Jamaica? Girl, you better than me. I'm just like, Lord, take me down to the river. They wash me body for heaven. Like I would just, if I were in a storm, I would go to sleep. There's nothing else to do but pass out and go to sleep. You can't do nothing, boy. You can't do nothing. God. Oh no. No. Up the price. Oh my gosh. Don't cast me. I'm not gonna apply. Glad you're here with us. Girl, take me. Stick outright said he wants to go to the US. Yeah. And that's after living a decent life in Belize. So like first time I prayed. Girl, you got through it. Jocelyn, bring me to America so I can become a famous rapper. Jocelyn's, aren't you Canadian, Jocelyn? Anyways. Let's see. Next couple that we are gonna talk about. Yeah, she's Canadian. Jocelyn's Canadian. So she can bring you to North America. Okay, so next couple we have is Trisha and Rick. Gross. And then we do the same nonsense. Okay, so they wake up after having marathon sex, and he didn't show her all the tricks he knows. And then they go to the Ghana market, and in the market is all the meat on display, and he's like, oh my gosh, I thought meat had to be in the refrigerator. And she's like, no, it's fine. And so the meat doesn't have to be in the refrigerator. Which is something that I think too. And I'm like, how do you know that you're getting fresh meat? Which is maybe why you need to learn how to kill your own chicken. And I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. But anyways, so he's over there looking at all the things, and he's like, the intestines, oh my god, that's the brain, da, 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 da. And he's like, this is supposed to be our first date, and she's like really tripping me out here because like I didn't want to see all this. So we're just like, okay, thank you, American, for that. Thank you. And so then after that, he's like, this is all the leftover parts that people don't eat, and she's like, no, we eat it all, and she like hits him, and I was like, good for you, stand up for yourself. And so then they go to another part, or they put him in some little car, and I know he looks like a clown getting out of it because he's such a big man. And then there's some music, and she dances in a very interesting way that I've never seen. um and afterwards, he's like, "Is that your traditional music?" And she's like, No, it's not. I'm not actually from here. I'm from somewhere else." He's like, "Oh." So they sit down, and he's like, "What were you doing during the 5 days? Like, I don't understand what you're saying to me." And she's like, "Listen, my ex got robbed. And so he was trying to say that I was the one who robbed him, as well as my brother hit someone and hurt them. So I was spending a lot of time at the hospital taking care of that person, and also going to the police to pay amends for everything that's going on. So there was a lot going on in my life." And he's like, "Well, you would end the call, or you would like whatever." She's like, "No, I didn't. I just didn't answer you because I was going through a lot." Now, mind y'all, it was 5 days. 5 days is Monday through Friday. 5 days is Sunday through Thursday. That someone in a foreign country does not answer your calls. I'm telling you right now, I haven't talked to Guatemala Bay since like last week. Because sometimes you just get overwhelmed with things, and you don't feel like calling people back or answering the phone. Like, I got things to do. I'm overwhelmed. Especially when I get overwhelmed. Yeah, I can't be answering and like explaining things to you. I want to speak in my own language. Like, I don't want to have to try to explain to you what's going on. Like, things are happening and moving very quickly, and things are unfolding, and I'm at the hospital, and I'm traveling, and I just want to be at peace, and I'm stressed out. And now you want to call me and be like, "Babe, get it. Don't babe me. This ain't the time for babying, okay? I can't do it right now." This man gonna hop on a plane to Colombia and then have sex with his ex for a full week after that because he felt like Trish was cheating on him. I said, "So you do got money? You got money to just hop on a plane and go to Colombia for a week because your Madagascar 25-year-old is not paying you enough attention? Something wrong with Rick. Something wrong with Rick." So- Something he's like, "Oh." He's like, "When you told me the story the first time, it didn't make any sense to me, but now it makes sense. Like, now, now I get it." 'Cause he just didn't believe her when she had said what it was. And then now he has to tell her that he went and flew to Colombia during this time. They're crazy. These folks crazy. She's not gonna get hurt. She's 25. She'll bounce back and she'll find somebody else. How did he so quickly stick his wick everywhere? I can't. He's a red flag. A walking red flag. 5 days and this grown fool went to Colombia to cheat? Exactly. Maybe a quick text can alleviate suspicion in a long distance relationship. Girl, I don't ever assume that somebody's cheating on me. I assume everybody busy. We busy. Uh-uh. People are busy. People are busy. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? 5 days. I'm busy. I got things to do. It's too much. It really is just too much. Okay, let's move on to Sheena and Forrest. Oh, why won't they give us? Oh no, this is not them. Oh God, we have still more couples. Lot of mercy. Why won't they just give us everything that we want from Sheena and Forrest? Why do we have to piecemeal it out of 3 episodes? I was really frustrated. Okay, I was really frustrated. Oh, it didn't download my pictures. So here, let me go find them because I want to talk about it. It was such a sweet moment that I want to talk about it. So they're on the airplane, and Molly done lost her passport, child. I don't know if she left the passport in the back of the thing, but I'm glad that she checked for it before anything had happened. So Forrest again is having to corral his older parents who can't figure anything out. And he just wants to get there and meet Sheena, right? At this point, he's regretting bringing Molly because Molly is like a child that he has to watch. He's probably like, Molly, if you don't just give me that passport and I'll hold on to it, that way we always know where it is. And they are bedraggled by the time they get there. Okay, they are bedraggled by the time they get there. Molly's been sweating, everybody been sweating. So Forrest goes off to get freshened up so that he can meet Sheena. Cut to Sheena. Sheena has brought some items with her because they've rented an apartment so that they can all stay and hang out together. And mainly she brings jackfruit. I've never had jackfruit. I don't want jackfruit in the can. I want somebody to make it to me in the way that it's supposed to be made so that I could taste it correctly the first time and really have an educated opinion on whether or not I like it. But she's like, I want him to taste, Filipino cuisine and delicacy. So I brought the jackfruit. And it's a big ass jackfruit. So I'm happy for them and I hope it's delicious. Once they get there, Forrest comes off this plane and he is just saunters up to her very slowly. And this is the look on his face. Like he's so excited, but at the same time doesn't look excited at all. Not one moment. And then we've got Sheena, who's over here just so emotional, watching him walk towards her, raising her hand like, it's me. And he's just walking towards her slowly, like, babe. And then they hug, and his immediate thing is like, we're going to be together forever and love each other forever. Don't worry. Everything is perfect now. And she has got a big smile on her face. She smells like all kinds of fruity perfumes, and he really loves it. And I'm like, what in the Back to the Future is he wearing? What in the Marty McFly vest is this man wearing? Who told him to put this vest on? It is wholly unnecessary. Just imagine this outfit without this vest. Better, right? Better. So then Molly comes up and they have a hug, a good old cry hugsy. Molly is a mess. Huggy, huggy, hug. Prior to that, Molly and Dev are in the background just looking at these two have a great time together. They are, I mean, it is just such a sweet moment. And I was like, I'm not crying, you're crying. You cry. Even Dev has to come in for a good old hug. And he's like, I don't even cry. And Sheena is like, I am so sorry. I don't mean to disrespect your family. Like, forgive me. I'm heartily sorry. And Molly's like, it's okay, girl. It's okay, girl. It's okay. Now that we see you and we see how sincere you are, I'm so happy to meet you and you're making for us so happy. Don't worry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. We'll deal with that later. This is a happy moment. And then Molly to the camera is like, I still want to know what she did with the money, though. We still got to talk about it. And it's like, okay. Okay. But the way that they all are all hugging and like she gets in the middle and she's like, we're all family now. And I'm like, if they don't give me just a solid 20-minute segment of them where we get to see it was like 2 episodes of them on a plane. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to see the Molly Sheena standoff. I want to see the Sheena Forrest like reunion. My friend is from the Philippines says an 8-hour flight. I think some people be trying to save money and they just like people, and I get it, right? You try to save money any way you can, but I can't do 36 hours of travel. Maybe 20. I've every time I've gone someplace overseas, I have done a direct flight. I did a direct flight to Japan. I did a direct flight to London. I'll be doing direct flights because I don't need to actually get. People are like, oh, I want to lay over to get off and like do things and like I got to get off the plane, which is fair, but not me. Just take me straight there. Just take me straight there, please. I can't. I don't want to get off. I don't want to have to worry about my luggage. I don't want to have to like. The only time I've done it is like when I go to Belize. There's no direct flight. You have to like stop off in either. Usually it's DFW. I think I've stopped into, or Arizona. Like there's no LAX to Belize direct that I have ever taken. Not that I've been there a billion times. I think I've only been there twice. So yeah. Okay. It has to be a direct flight for me. Yeah. Hmm. Poor Dev. Dev has the whole Molly back at all times. Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was not a true ghosting. Like ghosting is when somebody disappears off. Oh, this is a pretty picture. Hi, Bridget. Nice to meet you. Ghosting is when like someone disappears for like 2 weeks, a month, and then either contacts you, which usually ghosting means that they don't contact you at all. They're just gone. It wasn't a true ghosting. She was just she wasn't as communicative as usual, and so he hopped on the plane with an absolute child. An absolute child. I'm the queen of a nonstop flight, especially with these frequent delays and cancellation times. Yeah, I'm not running through an airport to get to catch a flight. You just gonna have to sit me up in a hotel. Okay, you give me in this hotel, get my luggage, get my hotel, pay for me to do whatever. Because I'm not running in an airport. I can't do it. I can't run for the bus. I can't run in the airport. I can't. You can't. I cannot be taking public transportation running for it. I have done it one time, and that's because I was with somebody who was like making me late. But like I can't be. I can't. Just go ahead. Go ahead and go without me. The pride is too strong. I cannot be running in public because then I have asthma. Then I'd be bronchital and shit. And then like I was running in the hallway chasing Gato yesterday. I mean, in between here because I went into the trash. I took him outside so we can get some like different looks. He's not just in these four walls the whole night, the whole day. And then I was like, okay, let's race back to the door, Gato. And so I started racing, running. And then as soon as I got to the door, I was huffing and puffing. And I said, oh no, I can't do that. And I just ran from the trash chute to the door. It ain't nothing but 5 apartments over. Like, imagine me running through an airport. Girl, the embarrassment. The embarrassment. I'd be so embarrassed. I don't like it. I do be running the airport though. I can't. The closest I run is the people mover. I'll walk on that. Like when you're like walking and it's like that treadmill thing that like takes you. I'll walk on that. I'll speed walk on that. I'll speed walk. Can't be running. Oh girl, pre-check is it. Pre-check is it. I do pre-check. Now the problem is once you leave the country, you'd have to get like global entry or something, some different type of pre-check to not have to do that. But like, yeah, it is. It is especially so satisfying when there's a really long line in like the regular, and you're just like, and it's not even. And the thing is though, getting pre-check is not even that expensive. It's $80 for 5 years. You just have to go get fingerprinted, kind of go through the rigmarole of going to an authorized place and getting fingerprinted and get your picture taken and getting put into the TSA system. And that's it. And then for the next 5 years, you just skate through the airport like a boss. I mean, just through TSA. Now, if you had pre-check and Delta Sky Lounge, rich. Rich. Oh, you have global entry. Oh. Oh, then maybe I have it too. I hate running through gyms because then I gotta sit there and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta sit there afterwards and be like, nah, I'm not running. I'm not running. Just go ahead and I catch the next one. I catch the next one. How many buses have I missed? Because I'm just like, no, there goes the bus. I can't run. I can't run. I can't run. All right, you guys. That's the end of this episode. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I wish you a very happy Merry Christmas. Oh, take this off my head. And that's the end of this episode. And I will check you guys next week after Christmas. And then we can do like a little New Year's party. All right, y'all. Have a fantastic evening. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line.